These notes are over dimensional analysis, and dimensional analysis is just a way to solve complicated problems in chemistry using conversion factors. And it's very easy. All you have to do is keep track of your units. So if we wanted to convert $120 to quarters, you could probably do that math in your head. And this is what it would look like on paper. You always start with what you're given. They gave us $120, so that's what we put here. And then we'll use a fraction. I know that there are 4 quarters and $1, and that's what we call a conversion factor. We're taking dollars and making it into quarters with this fraction right here. So we're converting. And since they equal each other, that means we're multiplying by 1, and that won't affect your answer. So then $120 times 4 quarters is 480 quarters, and our dollars cancel out. They cross-cancel. Like in algebra, you can cancel out x, you can cancel out units. So whatever units you end up with on top, that's what you're going to get in your answer. So if you have something on top that wasn't going to be quarters, then you've done something wrong. So your units will tell you where to go. So how many feet are in 24 inches? So we're going to start with our given value, which is the 24 inches here. And we're going to come up with a conversion factor. Well, we know that in 1 foot there's 12 inches. So I'm going to put the 12 inches down here. That way they'll cancel out. I couldn't have written it like this, 12 inches in 1 foot, because when I do the math and multiply across, then that would give me whatever 12 times 24 is, inches squared per foot. And that's not what the problem asked for. The problem just asked for inches, not inches squared per feet. So I know I've set this up wrong. I always want to set it up so that my units cancel out and I'm left with only what the problem asked for. So there are 12 inches in 1 foot, and then you just multiply across. 24 times 1 divided by 12 will get you 2 feet. How many inches in 2.18 miles? So I'm going to write down what they asked for, the given value, 2.18 miles. And then I'm going to make my little table. What do I know about miles? I know in 1 mile there's 5,280 feet. And so I want my miles to cancel out. So I'm going to put the 1 mile here, 5,280 feet. Now if you notice, I left this spot blank. A lot of times it will be blank. Sometimes we'll put stuff in there, but for right now it's going to be blank. Okay, so my miles cancel out. I'm left with feet. The problem asks for inches though, not feet, so I know I'm not done. That's how you know you're not done. Your units will tell you everything you need to know. So I know in 1 foot there's 12 inches. So my feet cancel out, and now I've got inches. Well, that's what the problem asks for. So now I know I can stop and do the math. 2.18 times 5,280 times 12, and then divided by 1, right? So that gives you, if you put it into the calculator, 4.8 inches. Okay, now are we done? No, because we have to round to significant figures. So we need to round. What do we round to? Well, you're always going to round to whatever you started with. These are conversion factors, right? That means they have an infinite number of significant figures. So they don't count. You only go back and look at what you started with. So when we round this, we'll round to 138,000, there you go. And no decimal. If I were to put a decimal there, inches, if I were to put a decimal there, then all those zeros would count, and we'd have 6 sig figs instead of just the 3 that we want here. So what conversion factors do you need to know? Like, do you really need to know that there's 5,280 feet in a mile? No, you don't. Things like that I would give you on the test. The ones that you do need to know would be in 1 meter, there's 1,000 millimeters, or in 1 meter, there's 100 centimeters. In 1 kilometer, there's 1,000 meters. Well, what if we have volume? It's the same thing. In 1 or weight, gram, there's 1,000 milligrams. They're the same thing. In 1 gram, there's 100 centigrams. Okay, so these are the ones that you need to know, and the prefixes are the same. It's just your units. So here, this would be length. This is weight. And then for volume, we would use liters. So in 1 liter, there's 1,000 milliliters. And so you don't have to memorize all these. Just know how to use your prefixes. There's 1,000, grams, 1,000 grams. 1 liter, 100 centiliters. 1 kiloliter, 1,000 liters. Okay. All right, complete these 2 problems for your homework, and we'll go over them together in class for your warm-up.